Welcome back, Resonance. Every day is awesome. We just have to get through it. This is Human Velocity X. My name still isn't important. The message still is. Before we begin, this one is dedicated to those who stayed longer than they should have. Not because they didn't see the truth, but because they cared enough to try and hold it together anyway. Take a breath. Because something just shifted. Not out there, not in the world, in you. If you've been here since the beginning, you've felt it. Back when we first talked about awareness, how you started noticing things you couldn't unnotice anymore. How the room would change before anyone said a word, how silence started speaking louder than conversation ever could, and then later, when we talked about the cost of that awareness, how being the one who notices isn't always a gift. Sometimes it's a weight, carrying truths other people aren't ready to face yet. That was the beginning. That was you learning to see. But this is where it starts to move. This is where awareness stops being something you carry and starts becoming something you act on, because there comes a point where you can't unsee what you see. You can't unknow what your body already told you. You can't keep explaining away what your mind already confirmed, and you can't keep ignoring what your spirit has been quietly pulling you away from. And that's where it breaks, not loudly, quietly, where staying starts to cost more than leaving. And when that moment finally comes, it doesn't feel like power. It doesn't feel like strength. It feels like loss. It feels like silence. It feels like everything you were trying to hold together, finally letting go. But on the other side of that, there's something most people never talk about. Not closure, not validation, peace, and not the kind someone gives you, the kind you stop blocking. And before we move forward, just honestly, thank you. Wherever you're listening from, whatever platform you found this on, we appreciate you being here. If something in this resonates with you, if it brings something up, a thought, a question, even a moment you're trying to understand, you don't have to sit with it alone. You can reach out, leave a comment, ask the question, or find us on Facebook. No pressure, no expectations, just a place where the conversation can keep going if you need it to. Because sometimes being heard is where the clarity starts. Leaving doesn't always sound like footsteps. Sometimes it sounds like your chest relaxing for the first time in months, like something in your body finally deciding it doesn't have to brace anymore. Sometimes it sounds like nothing, and that nothing is everything. No notifications, no tension in the air, no replaying conversations, trying to figure out where it went wrong, just quiet. The kind of quiet that doesn't make you anxious, the kind that lets you breathe. You don't walk away with fireworks, there's no applause, no one steps in to tell you that you did the right thing. Just the sudden absence of the arguments you kept losing. Because you were the only one fighting for peace, and that's the part that hits you. You weren't losing because you were wrong, you were losing because you were alone in something that required two. Walking away isn't quitting. It's ending the war you were never meant to die in. It's choosing yourself without needing permission. It's letting silence replace chaos and realizing that silence was never the enemy. Sometimes peace doesn't arrive. Sometimes you just stop standing in the way of it. Let's be honest. You didn't leave the first time your spirit told you to. You felt it early in your body, in the silence, in the small moments that didn't quite make sense but didn't feel right either. But you stayed. You hoped, you forgave, you explained, you replayed conversations, trying to fix something that was never yours to carry alone. You gave more time, more patience, more understanding. You adjusted yourself over and over again, trying to meet them in a place they were never trying to meet you. And the hardest part, you weren't lying to yourself. You were just choosing the version of reality that hurt a little less than the truth. Because the truth would have meant walking away sooner. You didn't stay because you were weak. You stayed because you were loyal. Because when you care, you don't quit easy. You don't walk away at the first sign of difficulty. You try. You show up, you hold it together longer than most people would. But loyalty without reciprocity is self-harm dressed up as heroism. And nobody tells you that while you're in it. Because from the outside, it looks like strength. From the inside, it feels like slowly losing yourself piece by piece. Sometimes love means staying, working through it, building something real. But sometimes love, real love, means leaving. Not because you didn't care, but because you finally cared about yourself too. And that is the part most people learn too late. There's always a moment when your heart stops negotiating. Not slowly, not over time, just done. A moment that seems small, almost easy to miss, but hits like truth, a sentence that lands wrong. But this time, you don't explain it away. A silence that says too much, and for once, you actually hear it. A morning where you don't recognize yourself in the mirror. And instead of brushing it off, you stop, and something in you finally connects the dots. All the moments, all the feelings, all the things you kept minimizing suddenly line up. Your body knows, not in theory, intention released in the way your chest tightens when you think about staying, and softens when you imagine leaving. Your mind knows, it runs through everything one last time. But this time, it doesn't argue back, and your spirit, the part of you that's been patient this whole time, stops whispering and finally says, no more. No more explaining, no more waiting, no more hoping someone else becomes what they've already shown you they're not. And in that moment, everything shifts, not the world, you. And that is where peace begins. Walking away doesn't require anger. It doesn't require a scene. It doesn't require proving a point. No final speech, no perfect ending. Just a decision. Because the truth is, you don't have to hate someone to let them go. Hate keeps you tied. It keeps the story alive, keeps the connection active, even if it's painful. It turns distance into a different kind of attachment. But peace cuts the rope. Not loudly, not violently, clean. And when that happens, you're not holding them anymore. And they're not holding you. Forgiveness is not approval. It's not saying what happened was okay. It's not rewriting the past to make it easier to carry. Forgiveness is permission for you to move forward without dragging their shadow beside you, without replaying the moments, without needing closure that may never come, without waiting for them to understand what they did. And sometimes, you forgive people who never said sorry, not because they deserve grace, but because you deserve freedom. Because holding on to anger doesn't protect you. It just keeps you connected to something you already outgrew. And real peace doesn't come from winning. It comes from no longer needing to. If you think back, you can remember the exact moment your body exhaled. Not forced, not controlled, just released. The air felt different, lighter. Like something inside you that had been clenched for too long finally let go. Your shoulders dropped, your jaw softened, your breathing slowed without you trying to fix it. And for a second, you weren't thinking. You were just in it. Like some invisible window inside you finally cracked open, and fresh air found its way in. That moment wasn't dramatic. No one else noticed it. No one clapped. Nothing in the world announced it. But it was real. And your entire nervous system recognized freedom before your mind did, before the overthinking, before the second guessing, before the guilt tried to speak up. Your body already knew, because your body doesn't lie to keep the peace. It tells the truth to restore it. And if you felt that moment, even once, you already know what freedom feels like. Before you walk away, your body carries the story, not in words, intention, tight jaw from everything you didn't say. Shallow breath, because something always felt off. Knotted stomach, like your body was trying to process something your mind kept postponing. Muscles waiting waiting for the next tone shift, the next comment, the next emotional hit, always on edge, even in calm moments, because your body knew calm was temporary. And then you walk away. Same world, same people, same sky, same day, different you. You laugh and it comes out easier, not forced, not measured. You breathe deeper without reminding yourself to air reaches places it hasn't in a while. You sleep without rehearsing conversations, without bargaining, without running through what you should have said differently. Your shoulders drop just a little, half an inch. And they don't rise again because your body is no longer preparing for something that isn't coming. Peace doesn't just change your mind, it changes your biology, your rhythm, your breath, your baseline. And when your body finally feels safe, you realize that wasn't normal. You just got used to it. Here's the truth. Most people won't say out loud, walking away often makes you the villain in the story someone else tells about you. And not because it's true, but because it's easier for them to rewrite you than to reflect on themselves. People will say you changed. They'll say it like it's a problem, like growth is betrayal. They'll call you cold, distant, different. They'll say you stopped caring because you stopped collapsing for them. Because the version of you that stayed quiet, overextended, kept the peace at your own expense, was convenient. And the moment you stop being convenient, you become confusing, and that's the part that gets you, not the leaving, the being misunderstood after. Because you know your heart, you know you tried, you know you stayed longer than most people would. But now, your silence gets labeled as indifference, your boundaries get labeled as distance, your peace gets labeled as cold. But you're not selfish for choosing peace. You're simply done proving your worth to people who benefited from your uncertainty. So let them misunderstand you. Let them tell the story they need to tell to make sense of your absence. Because clarity doesn't always look kind to people who are comfortable in your confusion. And peace never needed an audience. Do you remember it? That morning, you woke up and nothing hurt. Not your thoughts, not your chest, not the memory of their voice echoing before your feet hit the floor. No replay, no heaviness, no immediate weight waiting for you the second you opened your eyes. Just stillness. And you didn't trust it. You laid there, waiting for the sadness to come back like it always did. Waiting for the drop, the thought, the feeling that would pull you back into what you were used to, but it didn't. Minutes passed, and more, and slowly, you started to realize this wasn't a break in the pattern was gone, and that feeling in your chest wasn't emptiness, it wasn't numbness, it was space. Real space. The kind you don't have to defend, the kind you don't have to manage. That wasn't denial, that wasn't you avoiding something. That was your soul, finally breathing, without asking for permission. One of the biggest surprises is realizing you never needed their explanation. Not the apology, not the long message, not the moment where everything finally makes sense. You thought you were waiting for them to say the right thing, to take responsibility, to give you something you could hold on to and call closure. But that's not what you were really waiting for. You were waiting for your clarity to catch up with your courage, because part of you already knew what it was, knew what it wasn't, knew what it would never become. But knowing and accepting are not the same thing. Closure isn't a conversation. It's not a final call, not a perfect ending. Closure is the moment you believe yourself. The moment you stop asking for confirmation from the same place that confused you. And when that happens, things start to fall away. You stop checking their page, stop looking for signs, stop replaying old conversations, trying to rewrite the outcome. You stop justifying what happened to people who weren't there to feel it, because you don't need to explain it anymore. You lived it, and something in you finally lets go of needing it to feel fair. You just need it to be over. The first peace you feel can feel like suspense, like something's missing, like the next moment is supposed to drop but doesn't, because chaos was your normal, noise was your routine, tension was your baseline. now, it's quiet. Stillness feels strange, like someone forgot the next line, like the story is supposed to continue, but just stops. And your body doesn't know what to do with that yet. So you wait. You wait for the crash, you wait for the next betrayal, you wait for the old world to pull you back in. But nothing comes. No shift in tone, no sudden tension, no emotional whiplash you have to brace for. And that feeling in your chest, that alertness, isn't anxiety, it's detox. Your system, learning how to exist without tension as its background music, without scanning the room, without reading between lines, without preparing for something that isn't coming. And that newness, that unfamiliar calm, that's not fear, that's freedom, adjusting its seat. There's a moment, usually unexpected, when you laugh alone, not because something was funny, but because something was finally over. That half laugh, half exhale is the sound of your soul realizing it survived something you once thought would break you. Peace. Feels like your nervous system stepping out of survival mode. Not all at once, not dramatically, just a quiet shift. You almost don't trust it first. You stop rehearsing confrontations in your head, stop preparing for conversations that haven't even happened yet. You stop shrinking in real ones, you speak without scanning the room first. You exist without adjusting yourself to keep everything calm, and your heartbeat slows. It stops predicting danger that no longer exists, no sudden spikes, no tightness in your chest. When your phone lights up, no tension, sitting quietly in your shoulders waiting to be triggered. Because your body finally understands it's not under threat anymore. Even if your mind is still catching up, because your body remembers freedom long before your mind trusts it. And once your body knows, there's no going back to calling survival peace. If you've stayed too long in rooms where your voice felt unwelcome, if you've walked away quietly because explaining yourself became exhausting, if you've chosen peace over being understood, if you've forgiven people who never apologized, if you've tasted freedom and felt both joy and fear in the same breath, then hear me clearly. You are not running away. You are returning. You are not heartless. You are healing. You are not selfish. You are self-respecting. You are not difficult. You are discerning. You are a reasonaut, a navigator of internal truth, a reader of what's felt before it's said, a guardian of your own peace, a person who learned the difference between endurance and alignment, a soul that knows when to stay and when to step forward into the next chapter with quiet strength. Leaving doesn't make you weak, it makes you honest, because honesty is what finally breaks the pattern. Peace isn't the absence of people, it's the presence of alignment. And when peace finally arrives, protect it like breath. Not out of fear, but out of understanding, because you know what it costs to find it. You earn this quiet. Take a breath, a real one. Carry your peace with you. Don't set it down for anyone. And before you go, thank you, Reasonaut. Not just for listening, but for being, for staying present with something that isn't always easy to face. If something in this spoke to you, if it brought something up you're still sitting with, you don't have to hold it alone. You can find us on Facebook, follow the signal. No pressure, just a place to continue the conversation if you need it. We started in frequency 1, a quiet awakening, learning to notice what most people overlook. Then frequency 2, navigating the signal, understanding what you feel, what it means, and what it's been trying to tell you. And now, frequency 3, navigating the system. This is where it moves, where awareness becomes action, where what you've been feeling finally changes how you live. Next time on Human Velocity X, we're talking about the weight of being the one who always notices, and how to carry that gift without carrying the world with it. Every day is awesome. We just have to get through it. I'll see you in episode 13.